Okay,
Supernatural.
great.
And Mariana, if you could just say your name and who you're with, just for the sound.
Sure, Mariana Medina, Warner Channel, Latin America.
Mariana, it's all yours. Very quiet.
Good shot. Yeah. Hi, I'm Jared Padalecki from Supernatural, and you're watching Inside the Series on the Warner Channel.
Okay, thank you so much, and welcome
Thank you.
to All Latin America. The interview is for All Latin America from Mexico to Argentina.
All right, all right.
I remember talking to you, like, I believe around season 2.
A while
it's
ago.
Quite a journey. So which stage you think Supernatural is now with this season 6?
I think season 6 has taken Supernatural in a whole new direction. And we initially set out as a show, and we had this idea, and we explored it, and we played it out over seasons 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then season 5, we kind of wrapped it up and sent Sam and Adam off into a pit in hell in a cage with Lucifer and Michael, and thought, okay, well, how do you possibly carry on after this? Like, we've told this huge, massive story and been to hell and back, and died and come back to life, and died again and come back to life again, and Dean's died, and I've died, and everybody's kind of done everything. And then we find out we're going for season 6, and we have this whole new direction that we get to explore. And so we've kind of gone back. We've kind of gone back to our roots of doing, Monster of the Week is kind of what we say, but we've also kind of continued in the same vein. And the characters now, Sam and Dean, are richer and more full and have more experience and history together. But we get to take it in a whole new direction. So it's been really nice.
So will this season explore in a deeper way that brotherhood, that relationship between the two brothers?
It does. It's obviously Dean at the end of season 5 really thought Sam was gone, was done for. I mean, he saw him fall into a hole in the earth with being possessed by Lucifer and the cage shut. And he's like, well, okay, he's gone for good. I've lost my brother. And then season 6, the beginning of it, we see Sam come back, and that Sam's not dead, but Sam's different. So Dean is in this really weird predicament of, well, my brother's back, and I can see him, and I can touch him and feel him, and it's Sam, and he has the same memories and the same tastes and the same, it seems like him, but something's different. So am I happy, like, oh, my brother's back, hug, and thank goodness, or am I kind of cautious? And so Dean has to be cautious for a little bit, because he kind of senses that Sam's different. And Sam could be different for many reasons. He could just be different because he's tortured by what he went through, or because he has learned so much. Like, it's like somebody comes back from war and is different, Not better or worse necessarily, just different. And so Dean has this struggle of, is that my brother, and am I happy, or do I need to be cautious?
And how challenging is for you as an actor to lose your soul?
Well, luckily, as an actor, I get the help of some really talented writers who did a great job this year, kind of helping me play soulless Sam. And it is tough as an actor, because Jensen and I are really close friends. We've known each other for 6 years, and I mean, he was a groomsman at my wedding, and I was a groomsman at his wedding. Like, we know each other and each other's families, and we get along really well. And so when you talk to somebody that you have a connection. I mean, it's like, hey, we go way back, blah, 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 and we're friends. But Sam is supposed to have this kind of wall up where he doesn't really connect anymore. He just kind of looks at things mathematically. And it was tough for a while, because you have a conversation with somebody and your heart wants to go out to them. And as a person, Jared as a person playing Sam, if you're playing a character whose dad died and you're telling Sam about how your dad died, then Jared's instinct is to be like, give me a hug, I'm sorry, like, what can we do? And that comes out a lot of times in the eyes. But Sam just had to kind of, listen and not be affected by it. But you don't want to be boring. The problem with being soulless is I didn't just want to go, and so I had this weird challenge of wanting to be still a person, but without really a lot of going on behind the eyes. That was probably a really bad job explaining, but it's hard to, it's kind of hard to quantify.
But it seems like Supernatural is like a life-changing experience for you. It seems like a lot of your personal life has to do somehow with the connections, relationships, and the fact that the show is successful and it's been,
Sure. Supernatural, well, I mean, I started the show when I was 22, and I'm only 28 now, but I've grown up a lot. I'm married now, and Jensen's married, and people that work for us now have kids, or now are married, or now aren't married, or now aren't working for the show. So much happens in 6 years. I mean, at 28 years old, I've spent almost 25% of my life on Supernatural, wow. But it's been great. It's been surrounded by a family. Our crew and our cast has been very close. Obviously, I met my wife on the show, so that's nice. But I've grown a lot, and also kind of what we explore as Sam and Dean is it's very universal. Like it's the struggle of good versus evil and right versus wrong, and what to do when placed in the situation. And obviously, Sam and Dean are placed in these weird situations of. Well, there's a guy, but he's a demon. Do I kill him? I mean, it's not something that's going to happen to you or I, or you or me. But it kind of teaches you about right and wrong, or it makes you ask as a person, what is this teaching me about right and wrong? I hope it makes you ask that. As an actor, I hope you learn from what you do, as opposed to just reading lines and kind of playing make believe. So, and I try to do the former and make sure that I learn from what I'm doing.
But are you and Jensen involved in the writing or pitching ideas or?
Sometimes a little bit, not a whole lot. I mean, I'm an actor, and I signed up to be an actor, and that's what I do, and that's what I love. But we're involved in just sort of minor details. For instance, maybe Sam's line is, "Dean, come on, we got to go. We're in a rush. Quit fooling around." And I'll say like, "Hey man, let's go, chop chop," like just small changes, just to make it more real and flow. And words on a page sometimes are hard to add life to, so sometimes to bring your own life to it. I mean, Jensen directed this year, and that's big, and that's something that he's always been passionate about. And so I was really happy for that, and I got to work with my friend who's also an actor but also a director, and so it was fun to kind of let him direct me and kind of have fun and help him create his vision. And I was really happy for him. It's not something that I'm interested in right now, but it's something that we kind of talked about for a while, and I'm glad I got to do that.
So it seems like the fans probably have more to do with the destiny of the series because, for example, Castiel, I mean, I understand that he's a character that was a guest star and the fans loved so much, and now he's in the poster for... Yeah,
I know. He's that Misha's a sneaky one. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, Castiel, well, think about like Bobby Singer. Bobby Singer was, I think, in the last episode of season 1 or something, or in the first episode of season 2, and he was just signed up for 1 episode, and now he's been in 50, 40, something. And Castiel, the same thing.
And he's the voice of the, I mean,
he's the voice of heaven, and is he the voice of reason? It's very important, and it's very exciting, and it's very cool to have a character like that. But the nature of Supernatural, since it's about 2 brothers essentially that travel from place to place, solving a crime here and a ghost there and a zombie there and a shapeshifter, so we're always running into different people. So there's not a whole lot of opportunity for Sam and Dean to have, the local bar, or we even tried it with in season 2, Harvell's Roadhouse, and having like Ellen and Joe, but it became tough because it's like, do Sam and Dean go back? Here's the Roadhouse. Do they go here and then go back, and then here and then go back, and then there and there? And it kind of put an anchor on Sam and Dean that they didn't really normally originally set out to have. And so it's nice to have somebody like Misha, who plays Castiel, on the show, who plays an important part. And as an angel, he gets to warp to us. He gets to teleport to wherever we are. So it's an easy excuse for him to be in the episodes. And we could be in Texas, and there he is. We can be in New York, and there he is. We can be in California, and there he is. And so it's been a nice, clever way to incorporate another character into the show.
And how important is the fan base Are you in touch with the fans? You know, I think
are.
Twitter, I mean, it just
I
changed the world.
Yeah.
I noticed you're following only Jensen on Twitter.
I don't have a Twitter.
That's not yours?
No, it's fake.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So right now, I don't have a Twitter, and Jensen doesn't have a Twitter. Neither of us do Facebook. But people just go online, and that's really weird too, because people be like, I am Jared Padalecki.
Yeah, it's disturbing.
I like pink crocodiles. You know, what? And so I've never done that. But I might start one just so people don't lie and say to me. Anyways, but I've never. Jensen and I both don't have a Twitter or a Facebook, but we do conventions, and we've done Chicago and Los Angeles and Orlando and Vancouver and Rome and Barcelona, and we're trying to get more to Latin America, so please bring us out. But we get to meet fans one-on-one and hear what the show means to them. And what's wonderful about Supernatural is that the conversation isn't, Sam, I think you should be with Jennifer instead of Sarah, or I think Dean should date. It's like it's not about like teen drama. It's about universal, like, hey, Dean, you're struggling with what's right and what's wrong, but why do you think your character did this when he really thought that this would come of it? So it forces you to answer these questions that are more topical and more theoretical than like, why did you kiss Jennifer when you were dating blah 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 on the show? And you're
it's a different fan base. It's more sci-fi oriented.
It is. It's a very like sci-fi, like we call it cult in the States. We kind of say it's a cult show.
It is.
And that means it's a very specific following, but it's the same people that follow things like I follow, like Star Wars or like The Matrix or Lord of the Rings, like these ideas that are essentially timeless. The reason they attract so many people, even like nowadays, Harry Potter and Twilight, like the ideas are the same, right versus wrong, the reluctant hero, the friendly beast, good versus evil, the power of power, you know, is power corrupting, and is ultimate power ultimately corrupt? I mean, it's these ideas that there are many ways to tell the story, and inevitably they kind of get told in sci-fi, and like Joseph Campbell's mythology, it's inevitably kind of told in these grand schemes of like Star Wars or The Matrix or Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter, and kind of this fantasy world, because that's where it's almost easiest to struggle with these very broad concepts, but which is nice because we have intelligent fans that want to ask intelligent questions, and we can have conversations with them about like, oh, that's a good question, like I didn't think about it like that, like I wonder why, and then it kind of gives us ideas for a character, and you learn a lot by just kind of talking it out. So it's really nice to keep in touch with the fans like that.
And if you have a chance to bring one guest to an episode, which one you think would be your
My wife. I think that's probably the easiest. I think if I could bring one person back, I'd bring Genevieve back.
And it seems like the whole concept of the road, it's like a fatality for these two brothers. His fate, his destiny.
Oh yes, of course. Right. Yeah, and that's another thing that Supernatural kind of encounters, is that, do you already have a destiny, or do you control your own destiny? I mean, we've seen, you know, the Armageddon's going to happen, or the apocalypse is going to happen, and you're going to be a part of it. But is it a self-fulfilling prophecy? I mean, do we believe it because so many people tell it to us, or do we believe it because that's the way our actions chose, or is there a way that you can write your own destiny? And so that's one of the things that we struggle with, and that these sci-fi shows are great with encountering, it's the question of, do you write your own destiny, or are you stuck in a predetermined fate? And so I guess that the writers of Supernatural are really trying to prove that you can write your own destiny. That's my take, because I think they're trying to show that this Sam guy and this Dean guy, they're just normal humans, you know, trying to do the best they can, and they're kind of going against all odds to do what they feel is right.
Is there any particular season that you like the most, or?
Is there a season that I like the most? You know,
I haven't seen it yet, or?
I really I really, really, really loved season 4. And I don't, granted, my wife was in season 4, so I don't know if it's, my starstruck or something, or love struck. But I really liked Sam's struggle of he was kind of going down the dark road, but he thought he was doing the right thing. And there's that famous saying, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. And so we see Sam going, well, look, I'm doing this to kill this demon, but I have to kind of turn evil to kill this demon. So am I getting corrupted by power, or am I choosing to let power corrupt me so that I can accomplish a good objective? And so that was a really fun struggle for me to play. And then obviously I got to work with the woman I love, and that was a lot of fun. So I really, I have a soft spot in my heart for season 4.
Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
And I hope you can join one of the conventions in Brazil and Argentina. There are big ones. I remember talking to Misha last year, and he really wanted to attend. It was perfect timing. He had his book and. Right.
I think the last year that the one was in Argentina, I was on my honeymoon. I was hiking Machu Picchu, so I couldn't make it to the convention. But I'm sure sometime soon I'll make it down there. I love Argentina, and I can't wait to go to Brazil.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you so much.
Good. Have a safe flight back.
I am so sorry.